It's just alright with me. Jesus is just alright, oh yeah. Jesus is just alright with me. Jesus is just alright. Okay. So listen, today is Naked Day. I'm shimmying. Naked Day. It's hot as fuck. It's like apocalyptically warm for like a fucking May in Detroit. Like, it should be fucking snowing right now. Don't worry, it'll be snowing tomorrow. It's like a fucking 108 degrees today. It's hot as balls. Oh, this heat can only be described as sweltering. I mean, okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it's not far from sweltering. So I was sitting here listening to the Doobie Brothers, right? Actually, I was listening to my stoner playlist, and we start with a little Sunshine Donovan, and we start with a little the Mamas and the Papas, and then we move into Jefferson. But see, I was listening to, hold on, let me pull it up. What's that song? Think I'll go for a walk outside now. The summer sun's calling my name. I hear you now, I just can't stay inside all day. I gotta get out, give me some of those rays. Everybody smiling. Yeah, so I don't think I told you, I'm stoned. I am stoned and I'm getting stoneder on Naked Day. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. So I was sitting here listening to my stoner playlist, my hippie playlist, and I started to realize, like, I'm like Jesus. I mean, I'm like Jesus. And so some may say, whoa, you know, those are quite a pair of shoes, quite a pair of moccasins to fill. Quite a pair of Birkenstocks to fill. Yeah, I'm like Jesus. Listen. So at first, right, I was sitting here and I was thinking about, like, the fact that I'm a racist. And yes, 'tis true, I am a racist. But I've never met an intellectual being who wasn't. I've not ever met an intellectual being who, and listen, you can be accepting of everyone and still be a racist. Like, the elite do it all the time. I mean, it's still very much possible. I'm thinking, how can I explain it? I think it's just in a human being's nature to just, like, when we get pissed off, not even pissed off, because pissed off we're still relatively pleasant, but when we get fucking angry, we go for the fucking jugular. And for some reason, that always starts with someone's race. And it's basically because every single race can be used as an insult. Every single fucking race can be used as an insult. Do you know how many I went to fucking state, and the number of white males who have a fucking problem with being called white is fucking, it's astounding. I was like, but you're white. Don't call me that. And then, like, what I did realize is, like, if people of color, if they do encounter a white person that they like, they never call them white. They'll call them, like, no, hey, this is Jason. No, Jason's not white. He's French. Hey, this is Luca. No, Luca's not white. He's Swedish. And I'm like, listen, like, there's only white and black. I mean, like, and I think, like, Asian, right? I don't fucking know. Like, here in the fucking Americas, it's only white or black. And so it really made me think of, like, how, like, we're racist, right? And like I say, we always go for the jugular because everyone's race can be used as an insult. For example, went to get my car fixed. Not even fucking fixed. I don't know what the fuck was going on with my car. I took it up to, I think it was Pep Boys at the time. Nope. It was Sears Auto. My bad. It was Sears Auto. Took it to Sears Auto. And I was already irritated because, like, I fucking hate spending, like, money on, like, dumb shit, like, necessities. I just want to spend all my fucking money on, like, weed and, like, food. But I had to get my fucking car fixed. And I get the car back, and, like, it's weird. Which is the fucking worst fucking thing. Because, like, nobody wants to fucking... Especially folks who don't mind paying, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna fucking grovel to you for a fucking discount. Eat a dick. Like, fuck you. Like, you're already fucking upcharging me anyway. Like, eat a dick. So, car's driving weird. I was fucking emotional. Hello. Like, I'm a woman. Super fucking emotional. I immediately, oh my god, I don't understand why my day is just going so bad. Like, it was just, like, so fucking dramatic. Burst into tears and everything and shit, right? So, took it home. My mom's like, I don't understand, like, why you just didn't tell them then. Come on, let's go up there together. Because I knew I was going to cuss them. Oh my god, I knew. And I told her, I said, Mom, I'm going to fucking cuss somebody out. It's going to get ugly. And she's like, don't worry, I frequent this place. I'll ask for so-and-so. He's like, this really nice white guy. I'll ask for so-and-so and we'll take care of it. So, go up there. She asked for so-and-so. So-and-so is not motherfucking there. So, we go to the next best thing, which is secondary management that even I am familiar with because, you know, we frequent that place. But I hadn't seen her, and I didn't think, which was a black woman. So, we asked for her. She was also, too, as well, not fucking there that day. And so we're talking to this other really nice guy, and he's like, I'm so sorry, like, we're gonna try to get it figured out. And I'm like, I just don't want anyone to think that, like, I'm like a scammer. I'm being so fucking extra. He's like, no, it's all good. He's like, we're familiar with the account, you know, da. The person who was working on my fucking car was a Mexican. And when I saw him, I let it rip because... And he just so happened to have been one of those stereotypical Mexicans. Stereotypical, not an actual Mexican. Like, for example, a stereotypical African American would be big lips and a fucking fro. That's stereotypical to me, right? But, I mean, we do see these things. They exist, but they're like what people of other races or backgrounds, it's like what they expect, you know what I mean, in the most negative of energies. So basically, I was just super fucking negative that day. I was pissed, and I just fucking went in. Dude was like fucking 5'6" and fucking fucking 400 pounds, and just looked so unkempt, even for a fucking mechanic. Just looked so fucking unkempt. I was like, all right. I was like, hold me back. But I was like, listen, something's going on with the car. I brought it in. It had some work done. And now it doesn't drive the same. And this is how I knew that it was this Mexican who worked on the car. Because the guy had some words with him. And as I said, well, now my car is driving differently. This Mexican guy threw his head back like he was laughing. But of course he wouldn't do it audibly because he's behind his management's back. But he wanted me to see it. And so I'm immediately like, fuck you, you fat fucking Mexican. Go back there and eat some fucking tacos, you fucking wet. I mean, I was just going in. Mom's standing there with her mouth wide open like... Here's the thing. We grew up in Southwest Detroit, which is about 70% black. I don't give a fuck what Mexican town wants to fucking say. It's about 70% African American, 30% Hispanic. But they call it Mexican town. They call it Mexican town. I call it Southwest Detroit. Grew up down there. The fuck? My first kiss was a white Mexican. Okay. And fluent in the fucking language. Have done nothing but work in these schools, right? So it's not like I don't give a fuck about them, you know? But as a black, I have to assume that none of them give a fuck about me. You know, you have to assume that because, you know, you see a lot of that. For example, and so this is really what I wanted to say. I've basically seen racism. Have I experienced? I'm stoned, and the fact that I just had to think lets me know that I need to light my... I had witnessed, as well as personally experienced, racism from just about every nationality, both male and female, which is no shocker, no surprise, because I'm almost 50. And if we know anything, we know that people are just shit, right? That people are just shit. And so, but I consider myself fairly well-read, fairly soundly educated. I consider myself someone who knows very little. I mean, that's a bad way to say it. Who knows a little about a lot. I don't know a lot about a little. I know a little about a lot, which basically means I know a little bit. I know enough to contribute to conversations regarding most things and not sound like a fucking dumbass. Like, actually, like, I can contribute to the fucking conversation. I can go ahead and establish some form of dialogue, right? Okay, let's just when I hear the N-word, personally, when I hear the N-word with the hard R, it doesn't really faze me, because there are a lot of things that the elite are able to keep secret. I'm not necessarily saying that I consider myself an elite. I wouldn't dare be so bodacious as to say that I'm the fucking elite. But like I say, I know a little about a lot, and I'm really good at making connections, right? So I know these people who are in fact considered elite. I know, I know folks, right? There are things that we are able to pass along. Say, for example, I don't know, like the Underground Railroad. Just for example, the Underground Railroad, right? Black women were smart enough to create some kind of system in which runaway, those who were enslaved and had run away from that situation, there were ways to alert them, like, hey, this is a safe house, this is a safe haven, come on in. And I mean, obviously that worked for some time, and obviously people weren't really catching on because it was some kind of code, right, betwixt them, those escapees from their enslaved situations and those who were helping. Another example would be like the street code, which it's like telephone. It's like telephone. The code has been so twisted and fucked up. It does not at all mean today what it meant then. That code being no snitching. When I hear that shit now, this is how these dumbass motherfuckers say it. Nah, man, I ain't seen nothing, man. I ain't no snitch. Nah, man, that's one thing I don't do. I ain't no rat. But he really did see it. Not that that is a problem. What it was back then... No. Before I get to what it was back then. And explaining and how it is today. It's all about loyalty to the streets. What the fuck? Loyalty to the streets? That's dumb as fuck, because old heads know that there's no motherfucking loyalty out here in these streets. So what the fuck are you being loyal to? It's just dumb as fuck. And every time I hear somebody say something so motherfucking dumb, I wholeheartedly hope that they get everything that's coming to them, because that's fucking retarded. The reason that people didn't snitch back then was because cops were fucking dirty. And you can see this shit, for example, don't run ahead of me. For example, in the first 48, I have seen this numerous times where somebody will step forward as a witness. David will step forward to Sergeant Tom. Sergeant Tom, this. Well, thank you, David. I appreciate that, and we'll go ahead and keep you, keep you anonymous and keep you private. Thank you for doing the right thing. Then they bring in a fucking suspect. Oh yeah, we just talked to David of 1234 Stone Lane and Social Security. I mean, they would tell all your they would sell out the informant. That's why motherfuckers were not dumb. The motherfuckers back then were not dumb as fuck enough to let motherfuckers get away. At least the women. Excuse me. The women. But that's, I mean, you I'm not gonna let you come into what's that movie with Pam Grier? When all the old heads try to save the streets. Like, that's basically my point is, the reason they said it back then was because it was to protect yourself from the police diming you out. It's not because we were scared of the repercussions of, and it sounds like I'm saying the same thing, doesn't it? But I'm not. Let me see if I could go ahead and clarify this. Because I'm high as fuck. And I've been talking way too motherfucking long, so I'm going to say this and I'm going to round it out. The mentalities behind it is what I'm saying. The mentalities behind it. Way back when, it was, I would help the police if the police knew how to shut the fuck up. That's what I'm saying. I would help the police if the police knew how to shut the fuck up. But because the police don't know how to shut the fuck up, I ain't seen and ain't heard nothing. Right? But today, it's like, yeah, I saw him kill that motherfucker. Yeah, I saw it. I saw that shit. It was, man, you should have been. And I'm just like, okay. But I ain't saying nothing. I'll snitch. And it's like, but you're I'm confused. It's like they make it sound like the crime is cool. Whereas obviously it's not. But this is why these black communities are in the shambles that they are. Because of dumb motherfuckers. And, oh my God. I need to smoke. Because, I'm starting to think too much. Let me let that come. Because really I came in this bitch just comparing myself to Jesus and shit before I went in to explain how everyone's racist. Fucking everyone's racist. Everyone's racist. Everyone. And rightfully so. I get it. I really do. Because, every community is fucked. Every community is fucked. I be telling people all the time, I don't understand why you get so upset with the things that, white people say. The black community is not gonna do any fucking thing to change it. So shut the fuck. I'm just why are you complaining? This is why I just stay stoned. Cause it kind of just pushes that shit out, right? And my mind has to be clear and devoid of fuckery in order to process and see the situation for what it really the fuck is. But we're all fucking racist, and I've experienced it from every another example would be when the internet was first really jumping. My voice keeps cracking because I need some water. When people first started getting on the internet, and someone had this guy friend of mine who was white. He and I used to subtweet, subtext, I guess. Sub message each other all the time, and one day he put a message about what did he say? I think it was a comment on how hot black Barbie dolls were, or some shit that was just really funny, but you know what I mean, just some random shit. But it was about black women in particular, and he was basically complimenting. And I commented under it saying something. I forget. saying something. And then this Asian this Asian decided that he wanted to call me the N-word. I was like, really? Really? And so just like, I was like, I could ignore it, but if I ignore it, then like, would that look pussy of me to just like ignore it? And like, would that make him like think that it's okay or acceptable to you know? And I was like, I could get equally racist because you're Asian. Like, the only positive stereotype about Asian women is about Asians, not Asian women, but about Asians, is that like they're smart. And that really comes in handy when you come across a dumb one. You know what I mean? Just like, you know, with the blacks. I mean, we get compliment. Oh my God, we are the compliment. Are you fucking kidding? I mean, the males of this community are poo shit. But I mean, we are the compliment. But let's see, what's some of the bads? Oh, that we're angry. Oh, black women angry. Oh, so angry. That we're fatherless. Is it a stereotype that we're stupid? I mean, I do think a lot of black women are like in a stupid phase. But you know, like all women go through a stupid phase. Like it's rare that like I'll say anything negative about black women here, because like we get enough of that shit in the real world. But we absolutely go through like dumb bitch phases. Oh my God, are you kidding? Oh my God. But so do white bitches. What's another negative? Oh, that like we're baby mamas. Yeah. Or like welfare, like on welfare. You get it. And then like for us though, like the things that are popping up really are that like we're the most educated, well, formally educated group. Our money's getting right? Our style. I mean, my God, it just. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Today is so fucking nice. Sofa king nice. Hey baby, I forgot I had you guys out. You gonna come in here in the kitchen with me and catch this high? Yeah. But my point is, everyone's racist. When was another time that I had like a racist experience? I don't know, but you know, they've happened. But that was the one good thing that Trump did. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this, and I'm gonna go ahead and dip, because I know you're like, bitch, what? But that was the one thing that I appreciated from Trump. When Trump was president, the one thing that he did was remind foreigners, bitch, you ain't from here. And I was just like, oh, thank you, white person. Thank you. Because it's like, that's why it was so funny to me. You know, that this Asian guy was going off on me. Because here's the thing that I heard a lot of white people basically saying, well, yeah, they're blacks, but they're American, or they're blacks, but there are blacks, which I know sounds bad, but when you consider how many bitches are out here saying, I'm the main bitch, I mean, he come home to me, I'm the main bitch, he pay my bill. It really doesn't sound very much different, does it? But yeah, that was the one thing. It was like, bitch. Oh, and then that's what I was thinking of. That guy from some country. I saw this so fucking long ago. I wouldn't even know how to fucking search it. But like this guy was obviously Hispanic, in some fucking third world country. He was sitting in front of his camera. His room was bare. He looked disheveled. He looked so unkempt. But he was sitting there saying, I mean, who would want to be from Africa? I mean, it's poor. It's dirty. And I'm like, oh my God, is this the retarded making fun of the poor? It was fucking. Was it the poor? This is the poor making fun of the poor. Like, this is why, like, I don't even take this shit seriously. This is why I don't get in my feelings about none of this shit. Cause it's like, bruh, like, listen. Africa's hella developed, and I have my own fucking issues with Africa, so I'm really not here wearing a fucking cape for Africa. I'm just making a point. But it's like, Africa's more established than the literal shithole that you're in right now. And you're sitting there saying, oh, I wanna be, and he sounded, which way did he go? Which way did he go? I mean, he sounded like fucking, is that Baby Huey who does that? Which way did he go? Whomever the fuck. And I was just like, you can't be serious. Like, y'all motherfuckers. Oh, and then it was the little Mexican chick. I think she was Mexican. I don't know what the fuck she was, but she was sitting there saying, people keep trying to tell me that I'm black. I keep telling them, no, baby, I'm not black, okay? I wouldn't ever want to be black. Who the fuck? I mean, and I'm just like, oh my God, baby. I was just like, you sit there and you emulate, right? You emulate the most hood shit because educated people don't typically speak that way. Like, I was in like the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade being asked, why the fuck do you sound so proper? And I'd be like, bro, you sound proper also too as well, in addition to me. But I was like, you're sitting there, you're emulating while you talk shit. Listen, stereotypically, if we're gonna be racist here, you're more than likely to fucking end up with fucking several children. You might be wed, but you're also more likely to, like, leave your relationship in a box. Not by much at all. Not by much at all. But if any reason you're most likely to be fucked into a gang for protection. Like, you're most likely to end up in a fucking shack that you see on fucking cops. I mean, you're very clearly in a lesser position. I don't know. But you shit like that, you just have to, like, let it go.